Tallgrass Production, Inc. Babies and Fools. This is a feature-length documentary with reenactment, which examines the experiences of Vietnam vets who have enjoyed long careers in spite of their PTSD. It is also the story of the government's CAP program, involving drugs, money laundering, prostitution, and multi-military and civilian involvement. CAP was designed to win the hearts and minds of the Vietnamese people. Columbus, Ohio, 1964. Opening sequence begins with enactments of a poor but mostly white neighborhood. One hears a blend of Motown, country and western, and the sounds of early rock and roll. This is where the story of Ron Bell begins.
Troops are fighting the last battle of a long war over what had been called French Indochina. It's a strange, three-cornered struggle. Non-communist Vietnamese fighting communist Vietnamese, and some of both fighting the French. By 1954, the inevitability of French defeat has become clear. The French are leaving. The Red Star flies over Hanoi as the communist forces move in. At a conference in Geneva, an agreement has been reached. It divides Vietnam into North and South, turns over the North to the communists, and marks the end of French colonial rule.
A baby at 17, this young, bright black man turned down university scholarships in both track and basketball to become a Marine. In 1964, there were no wars or conflicts known to the public.
And Ronald said to me, "Hey, Kenny," I said, "Yeah, let's go join the Marine Corps." I said, "Oh, okay, let's go." Not giving it a second thought. I could sign up because I was 18. I could sign. Ronald had to go home and get his mother's permission. He was only 17 at the time.
It wasn't until Ron's head was shaved that he realized how tough Camp Pendleton basic training was going to become. Ron didn't realize until a year later, when President Johnson announced troop escalation, that his life would be forever changed. When President Johnson announced in August 1965 Vietnamese troop escalation, Ron and his brothers in arms grabbed their sea bags with tears of pride in their eyes. Although Ron had his choice of military duties, this 6'4" young man volunteered for the Combined Action Program, CAP. CAP is basically Marines teaming up with American civilians and the South Vietnamese Army to win the hearts and minds of the people. In reality, Ron's job was search and destroy special operations missions designed to contain the populace in order to allow U.S. operating bases to be established through the country. His other job was to assist certain military authorities by running drugs, assisting in prostitution, and laundering both military and U.S. currencies. What did Ron do in Vietnam? He was used by U.S. civilian and military authorities as a facilitator. This was the means to break the will of the Viet Cong and emerge with a singular democratic society.